Lithium, lithium, lithium. We know the broader lithium sector has been attracting a lot of attention over this past period. Many of the larger cap and mid-cap lithium stocks have been soaring. Of course, current producers and near-term producers have been prioritised by investors, and they've been attracting a lot of attention. However, as we know, there's been a changing macroeconomic environment. There's a lot of excitement surrounding the policy setting too. We've discussed all of this at length on the channel. There's plenty of videos. We'll link to some of those at the end of this one that you can check out if you do want to keep up to date with the news in the lithium stock sector. However, today I thought it would be useful for us to unpack and dive into some of the news in the ASX Smallcap Lithium space. Of course, there's a range of different small cap companies in the exploration or early development space. Thought it'd be interesting to read through some of their news reports to discuss their recent news flow. And of course, to provide a bit of an insight into a range of different companies, many of that are often overlooked because there's a lot of excitement at that larger cap space. First and foremost, let's unpack Lithium Resources, ASX LRS. We know they've been doing plenty of drilling over this past period. They've had regular drill updates and announcements surrounding these. This is all, of course, working towards their maiden JORC resource that will come through in December 2022. As you can see here, further drilling results for their lithium project, their Colina resource. And investors will continue to pay attention to this as they do move towards their maiden resource in the next couple of months from here. Second, Global Lithium. ASX GL1 has had quite a rapid uplift in terms of share price over the past few weeks, really. It's actually been quite condensed over the past few weeks. There's been significant attention on the Global Lithium story. Of course, they're continuing to develop out their projects here, further drilling at Manna, but they've got their Marble Bar project as well. But yeah, Global Lithium here, they've announced that their third rig is mobilised for their Manna Lithium project, an infill program which is going to help to elevate the classification of the current JORC resource, and they're going to be incorporating this into an updated mineral resource estimate later on this year. Of course, as we know, there's a lot of attention, particularly about tier 1 jurisdictions and countries that will be able to feed into that localization of supply chains and building out those resilient supply chains. And investors have been watching the Global Lithium story attentively with that backdrop. And then another one is EV Resources and European Lithium, talking about the localization of supply chains and onshoring these supply chains into the key regions. This is feeding into the European trend. We know there's been a significant uplift. The European market's one of the fastest growing electric vehicle markets, and they want to build out their supply chains locally. Of course, at the moment, it's globally dispersed. And EV Resources and European Lithium have got a joint venture. Of course, European Lithium have their Wolfsburg project, and this set of projects is actually relatively close to that. But they've got some recent samples come back. These are just rock chip samples, it's worth noting, but of course they're going to continue to build out research and development from here. But at this stage, there was some high-grade lithium samples that came through over this past period, up to 3.24%. But investors will, of course, wait for some more information coming through, some drilling to get underway and to see some of those numbers there. Next company is Lithium Power International, ASX LPI. As you know, they've got their Maricunga brine project. This is in Chile. They raised $25 million there. The key focus, as you can see here, it highlights the support for the company's progress in Maricunga with positive updated DFS results that was earlier this year for stage 1. And obviously up ahead in the not too distant future, they're moving towards the consolidation of 100% of the Maricunga ownership. So there's a few different moving parts there for Lithium Power International. There's been attention on a few of the different companies playing in the lithium triangle. Of course, Lithium Power International are hoping to eventually become a producer there as well. Another one is Essential Metals, ASX ESS. They're targeting lithium production at their Pioneer Dome lithium project in 2025, but they took a major step towards development, appointing Primero to commence a scoping study. Obviously, the scoping study will lead through to a range of different commercial implications or potential commercial outcomes. There's multiple upcoming catalysts. There's going to have a resource update in November, progressing discussions with potential off-takers and project partners. They've got an initial basis for the study, which is 7.5 million tonnes at 1.2%. And then the mining inventory will be adjusted using an updated lithium resource and pit modelling scheduled for November. Plant throughput likely to be 1.2 million tonnes. And then as they're stating here, the updated MRE and scoping study will provide that platform to then progress the further discussions surrounding financing and offtake with various downstream companies that have already expressed an interest in joining Essential. Another one in Australia here, Forrestania Resources has got some interesting neurology in terms of kind of projects located nearby them, and investors have been awaiting drilling and to see kind of how that plays out there. So they've announced that lithium-focused drilling to commence at the Forrestania project early in the December quarter, so up ahead in the not too distant future. Priority lithium targets to be drill tested. RC drill programs plan to then test the lithium targets at Bounty East and the Gem Cutter prospects. As you can see here, the CEO, Angus Thompson, provided that insight. Today's announcement that drilling is planned to commence at the Forrestania project early in the December quarter is an exciting development for the company and the geology team. Initial programs just plan to drill test high priority lithium targets at Bounty East and Gem Cutter. So it'll be interesting to see the results of those flow through. And then Anson Resources. Now, before we discuss Anson Resources, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure you've subscribed and turn your bell notifications on. Plenty more videos coming out in the lithium space. Anson Resources was a company that not too long ago would have fit very nicely in the ASX Smallcap Lithium stocks discussion, but they have had a rapid uplift and re-rating in terms of share price. One of the catalysts was this Paradox Lithium project resource upgrade. On the other side as well was a partnership discussion with Sun Resin. However, there's been just, significant uplift for Anson. If you are interested in how the Anson Resources story has evolved over this past period, we dived into the discussion there with the Lithium Stock News weekly wrap that we did later on, just previously over the past week. So we'll leave a link to that up above that you can check out after this one. Hit the like button, drop in a comment. I'd love to know your thoughts. Which of these comments was your highlights? Was there one that we've missed out on? What lithium stock news attracted your attention? Check out another video. A big thank you for joining us. For now, stay well and happy investing.